I saw that.
Okay, great. All right, Jamie, did you want to welcome everyone? Did you mute yourself?
Sorry, I put it back on mute.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was trying to see if any of the people that Erica and I invited are on here, but I'm only seeing 4 people. Are there 4 people on here?
Well, 6 if you include me and I. So there's 3 people that are here as guests. Cassidy, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name. Yasmina. Awesome. And then a phone number, a 330-272-1753.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Well, welcome, guys. We are happy to have you on the call. Suzanne, who I just kind of introduced myself to last night, and Andrew are our upline senior business partners, and they've got a great presentation for you guys.
Great. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name's Suzanne Shaw, but if you guys decide to join the team, you'll probably call me Zan. That's what almost everyone calls me. I actually own a dog daycare and training facility in Western Massachusetts, and it has been very successful. My husband and I have been running it for about 12 years now, and I love it. But there are 2 major drawbacks. All right, I shouldn't say I love it. Running a dog daycare is not as fun as people think. You listen to a lot of barking and clean up a lot of dog poop. But it does bring in good money. I do love training. I'm very passionate about it. I love helping people raise dogs that are going to be very integrated into their lives. And so I really enjoy that. But unfortunately, dog trainers don't really make enough money to survive, which is why we added the daycare aspect in. So it's been doing really good. And my husband and I were at a crossroads in our life where we had to make a decision. We are doing fine, but we're not really getting ahead. And I was like, we can franchise, because honestly, we turn business away pretty much every day. But at the same time, part of why people like us is because we know all about their family. Like, we know what they do for a living and what grade their kids are in or where they're trying to get into college. And we know about their dogs. And, you know, one of our dogs got really sick for several months, and I even went and saw her at home. And we would lose that if we franchised. So we had some pretty big goals in life that we kind of put aside. I'm also a professional bodybuilder, and I had always wanted to start a human dog gym where you could come and work out with your dog. And my husband really wants a farm, like where he can grow produce. And I was like, all right, we're just not gonna be able to do that. And the other major place we were failing in our life was a retirement fund. When you own your own store, you have to make your own retirement. And every year something seems to come up that's preventing me from stopping that. And it was getting really scary. I feel very lucky. I was actually cold marketed approached from a different mentor of ours who's not here right now, Eric, and decided to listen. I don't know why. I get messages quite frequently on Facebook about random companies and I just blow them off. And for some reason, I decided to listen to this. And I'm really glad I did. I am loving what we're doing. This is a totally different approach to multi-level marketing if you've ever been involved in one of those before. The community is incredible. And on top of that, the company does provide a retirement plan, which was a huge incentive for me. I'm having so much fun doing this. When I first signed, I told Andrew and Eric that I wasn't going to really be able to focus too much until we were able to replace my daycare income and I could back out of that, which is about $8,000 a month. And they were like, well, if you work really hard, we can do that by April. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And I instantly fell in love. I am moving so quickly that I earned our first car rank in 17 days, which is Sapphire, and have a really amazing team building below me. So I'm excited to share this presentation with you guys. Let's get started. And there. Oops. So today we're here to talk about Team Fusion and Kyani. And essentially right now, the company's having a goal of having 4,000 diamonds by 2020. So one thing that was very important to me was knowing a little bit about the founders of the company, because you have to have really good people behind the company if it's going to succeed. And our company is owned by 2 great families, the Hansons and the Taylors. And they own Idaho Potato and the largest petroleum and gas distribution company in the United States that is not publicly traded. And they really have a very unique vision for this company. They are trying to not only provide health across the world, but also the opportunity of wealth, which is amazing. And because of that, it's essentially a charity company. They're having a charity in two different ways. One is an actual charity, which we'll talk about later on. And the other is the factor that they're not taking profit from the company. They rather return that into the business and us, helping us all succeed. So it was first launched in 2007 in Idaho Falls, and they realized very quickly that this product was way too advanced for the United States. And they started selling globally in over 60 different countries around the globe. And they came back to the United States about 2 years ago and launched in Dallas, Texas. And it's been going amazing there. And so now we're trying to spread it across the United States. Currently, we have about $250 million in annual sales, and there's less than 1% market saturation in the country, which is huge. When you're getting into a multi-level marketing company, it's crucial to get in the beginning, especially the way other companies are designed. The way ours are designed makes it actually a little bit easier, but still getting in sooner is always better. But it's also risky because they could flop. And so now we have this option to be involved in a company with founders that have never had a business fail in a market that's still at less than 1% market saturation, which is huge. If you didn't know this, in 2016, the United States spent more than $320 billion on prescriptions. Americans account for only 5% of the world population, but we actually buy more than 50% of the pharmaceutical drugs, which is pretty sad. Physicians are frequently diagnosing chronic diseases that are directly related to our diet and nutrition, including cancer, arthritis, stroke, and diabetes. And in the upcoming years, we're going to start to see a shift from pharmaceutical treatments to natural care and prevention. And in fact, our Chicago team has a large quantity of doctors on board already. I think it's somewhere around 26. And I approached my doctor. He came to a home briefing, and he was totally intrigued and agreed with this completely. He said, it kills me every day I'm prescribing someone medication that's just going to cause another problem or potentially kill them. And so he is doing a 6-month trial run on the product himself, and then he's planning on bringing it into the practice if he's as impressed as we expect him to be. So essentially, our product lines are great because they're simple and effective. We have 2 different product lines, the Triangle of Health and the Fluoresce Skincare System. And essentially, our goal is to provide wellness from the inside out. As a customer, we have 2 great options. One is we have a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products. So if you don't feel the product was effective, you can return it for a full refund minus the cost of shipping. We also have the ability to add Prime, which is not Amazon Prime. This is our own Prime. And essentially what that does is it gives you free shipping and distributor pricing. Distributors, if you decide after listening to the business piece that you want to become a business partner, we have a slightly different guarantee. We have an entire year to return any unused product, and if we're a Prime member, we get an additional discount on the products. So let's talk about the Triangle of Health. There are 3 pieces to the Triangle of Health. The first is Sunrise. So Sunrise is our superfood juice that contains 22 different superfoods, 20 pounds of 22 different superfoods, all cold pressed into a 1-ounce pouch for maximum potency. If you know anything about the raw food movement, the reason people were trying to eat raw was because the nutrients are much more bioavailable to your body if you aren't cooking them. When we cook proteins, and we're talking like even vegetables, the proteins that make up the food, it denatures them, making them less bioavailable to our bodies. So we don't benefit as much from them. When we cold press something, we're maximizing how well it affects with our body. And so as a result, it allows us to really use the nutrition to the fullest potential. Our superfood juice, its main ingredient is wild Alaskan blueberries because it's the king of superfruits. If you think about it, in Alaska, it's dark for 6 months out of the year. So this blueberry had to design a very thick skin, very thick, dark color as well, which is packed full of antioxidants. Personally, I love the flavor of this. It's essentially like a grape Jolly Rancher. The second piece to our product is nitro. So nitro is made from wild noni concentrate, and essentially it's a nitric oxide booster. So we all have nitric oxide in our body. It's the molecule for life. You can't survive without nitric oxide for more than 3 seconds. As we get older, the nitric oxide levels in our bodies start to decrease, but we can naturally increase the production using different things. One of the ways that we can do that is the wild noni concentrate And it is an amazing product. So you put it under your tongue for 30 seconds in the morning, and then you're going to follow it up with Sunrise. And you can use it up to 3 times a day. I use it as a pre-workout. I use it when I feel like I'm getting a headache or I'm sluggish. In fact, since starting this line, my coffee intake has drastically gone down. I'm still drinking coffee, but mostly decaf. I just love the flavor, which is part of the problem. But really, I'm fine with just 1 cup a day. And before starting the Triangle of Health, I was drinking 4 to 5 a day. It really helps with your energy. It is great for migraines, hair growth. My sister has eczema, and she's been rubbing it on her hands, and it's made a massive difference in her eczema. And she's tried multiple different natural and prescription things to help with it, and it has done nothing to the extent that this product is doing. Sunset is the last piece of our Triangle of Health. And it's essentially our omega-3 fatty acid supplement made from wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. The reason we went with this particular fish is it contains tocotrienols, which is a superior vitamin E source. If you Google tocotrienols, you'll be blown away by what it can do for your body. Again, this particular product is cold pressed to increase maximum potency, but it also allows us to have very small gel caps. So it's about the size of a Jelly Belly. If you've had fish oil before, you've probably gotten these big horse pill type ones, and a lot of times you're coughing up or burping up fish flavor. Well, that's because you're getting warm pressed pills, and on top of that, it's a lot of byproduct of the fish. Ours is very fresh fish that is cold pressed. It's providing us vitamin D, vitamin E, which is great for heart health and bone health, and it helps you sleep. And actually, I have restless leg syndrome, and since starting this product, it has not been a problem for me. As you can see, the Triangle of Health can do a lot for you. It is just whole food, so we're not making any medical claims here. All we're saying is that this high nutrition supplement line allows you to heal your body naturally. So it helps with things like stress management, managing your blood sugar, lowering cholesterol, managing your blood pressure, increasing your energy, reducing inflammation, cardiovascular health, sleep. One of the amazing things about this is that you actually don't have to change your eating habits to really benefit. I came from a different network marketing company, and it was a lifestyle change. And that's really challenging for a lot of people. But many people are already taking a fish oil supplement. Many people are already taking a multivitamin. And when you're taking synthetic processed vitamins, to be honest, most of that you're just peeing out. So now you're getting a way to get all that nutrition in naturally in a whole food type supplement. So that's a great system for us to have. We've had some amazing stories with how this product has affected people's lives. So Andrew, who's on the call, I know that his mom has severe arthritis, and it used to be like she could only walk a block or two before she would need a break. And now she bikes like miles a day, and it's super active with her dog. Personally, I'm a professional bodybuilder. One thing I noticed is that I'm only 2 weeks out from a show right now, and I'm still increasing my weights, which is unheard of. Normally, you're decreasing your weights at this stage of the game. One of my good friends has severe anxiety and depression and has been in and out of psych wards her entire life since she's like 11. And has been on multiple medications. And this has been the best she's ever been. This was the first winter ever. She did not get a severe depression that she couldn't leave her house. And on top of that, she was able to get off of Klonopin, which she had been taking for 12 years. And her mother was able to cut her blood pressure medication in half. Again, this is not medicine. Please do not change any of your medications without discussing it with your doctor, but people are having some really amazing results by adding this product and being able to modify things in their life through the assistance of their doctors. So we just sold that until about a year and a half ago, and people started talking about how they were putting nitro on their skin all the time. And so the company decided to come up with the Fluoresce skincare line. Essentially, they took the Triangle of Health and they made a natural-based skincare line and added the Swiss apple. So not many people know about the Swiss apple, but the reason they added it is because they noticed that this particular apple stayed fresh 3 times longer than the average apple. And so as a result, we have a science advisory board. They did a bunch of research on it, and they realized it was a genetic cellular mutation in the skin cells. So they decided to add that to the Fluoresce skincare line. So it actually has like a nice fresh apple smell to it, which is great. As you can see, it really is very beneficial. I actually have tried multiple skincare lines, and it's just never been my thing. And when I invested in the company, it came with a skincare system. So I figured I would try it for 30 days so I could tell people what I thought about it and then move on. Well, honestly, I'm in love with the product. It's been 8 weeks. I look forward to using it every morning and night. In fact, the other day I was like, I'm running late, but I can't not put this on my face because I just love the way that it feels. I used to have huge bags under my eyes. Those are completely gone. I'm in love with the eye cream. And I can just see my pores are getting smaller. My wrinkles are getting smaller. It's pretty impressive. And it is effective for all ages. We have an amazing Facebook testimonial group, and you can see things from younger women and men who have acne issues and how it's helped them, to much older people who've had a lot of wrinkles and their before and afters. It's also good for rosacea, psoriasis, and the serum's great for eczema as well. We are a natural-based skincare line, so it does not contain any of the things listed on your screen right now. One thing I always warn people is we do work pretty closely with a woman who owns a med spa in Texas, and one thing she warns everyone of is that if you've been using a chemical-based product or no product, there's a huge chance that your skin is going to go through a purge. And when you go through that purge, you might get acne, you might have some dry spots on your skin, and that's your body pushing out all the chemicals that are in your skin already. And then that will go away. So I did go through a little bit of a purge, but it was totally worth it. After 30 days, definitely after 60 days, you guys aren't going to have any of those problems, and you'll just have clean, beautiful skin after that. So that's essentially it for the product line. Before I move on to the business piece, did anyone have any questions? Okay, great. So, oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, you're muted. I'll unmute you. Okay,
Hi,
you can talk now.
guys.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Sure. So I couldn't hear I was out of the car with the first two products.
Yeah.
Are those plant-based? I heard that the last one was not plant-based, but the first two, they were plant-based, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay, great. I'm going to mute you again, but if you have another question, just wave and I'll come back. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the business. As I mentioned before, the company right now has a goal to have 4,000 diamonds by 2020. I don't know where you guys are located, but I'm on the East Coast, and in Boston there's 2, and in Florida there's 1. So that's about it. The most diamonds are in Dallas, Texas, and it's still pretty uncommon there. In fact, I have a good friend in Texas, and she had never heard of the company. And I hear that over and over. Oh, yeah, I'm in Texas, and I haven't heard of it. So it's still very low market saturation, even though that is the highest concentration of business partners. So what is the goal of this company? Right now, most of us are working linear income. So what that means is that we're getting paid for the exact amount of time that we have, that we're clocked in. So we don't get travel time, most of us anyways. If you don't show up for work, you're not getting paid. And if you, for some reason, can't work, unless you have Aflac or some other great workman's comp insurance, you're not getting paid. And this is a huge problem, and something that I actually consider a lot as a business owner, because I'm like, if I broke my leg or something, I couldn't work and we would be totally screwed. Leveraged income is only about 5% of our population right now. And essentially what that means is that you're making money with or without you. So it's working smarter without working harder, and you're creating a leveraged system. And this is what the company's goal is for us to be able to have leveraged income so that we can have more freedom to do the things that we want, to go on vacation, or even just be with your family more, to have some relaxation time. I work very hard, and my husband is amazing and really understanding that sometimes I have a work week that's 70, 80 hours, and he's not going to really see me. I don't want that to be the rest of our lives. And so the fact that I'm going to have the opportunity to be making money, even if we decide to do a trip, is an awesome opportunity for me that I'm really excited about. In fact, I wake up every morning and my team has earned me money that had nothing to do with anything to me except them just following through on the training that I'm providing. So essentially, what are we doing? We're looking for two things. We're looking for customers and we're looking for business partners. So for our customers, we get paid for a weekly commission through our online store, and every time someone orders, we get repaid. It's as simple as that. We're also looking for business partners. So business partners are going to help you build a team of customers, and we actually earn matching checks each month on reoccurring customer volume from our team. So say someone that is 10, 15 people below me is a rock star salesperson and they have 1 million customers, I actually get all that volume too. And everyone in between them does, and everyone above me does as well, because it is truly a team mentality. We get paid for a point-to-point match from the volume up, which is very unusual. We also have our own website. So it's not like you have to actually store this in your house. You don't have to ship it out yourself. They just go right to your website, order online, and it's as simple as that. As I mentioned, we have a done-for-you model. So essentially, when I said the training I'm providing my team, it's not just me. We have an amazing system, the done-for-you system. And it doesn't mean that it's done for you technically. It means you have all the tools you need to succeed, but you still have to implement them. This system has been proven over and over to provide a path to wealth. And it's been in the works for over 20 years and been testing for over 5. And this model has really helped many people experience breakthroughs in their financial situation and the quality of life. And in fact, on April 7th, there's going to be a huge upgrade that's really going to automate the system that we're using. It will keep track of everything for you, where you are in a conversation with someone, if they might be interested, what they're watched and what they haven't. It's going to be really helpful in helping us succeed at even faster of a rate. Oh, I keep forgetting the slide's messed up. Okay, so sorry that the slide's a little bit off. I forgot to fix it last time. So essentially, we're building depth in 2 legs as you're building your team, okay? So this is not the customers. These are your business partners. And if the slide wasn't a little bit crooked, way at the top above the word volume, you would see there's a big laptop. And then there's 2 little laptops on each side. Those are the 2 business partners that we're building depth under. So say I'm the top person. Okay, and well, we'll say Andrew is because he's technically above me. Say Andrew's the top person, and I'm the laptop to the right. Okay, and I signed a couple people, but now Jamie might be down here somewhere. And say one of you guys decide to sign. Well, great. You might get placed right below Jamie, but I actually am working with a couple people right now as well. So there's a chance that those people are going to get placed below you because I have to build down, and I only have 2 locations I can do that in. So as we continue to build down, people will get placed below you that aren't necessarily your business partners, like meaning you didn't necessarily sign them yourself. You'll still be working with them because we're a team, but it isn't necessarily someone you personally recruited, which again is really unique because most companies, they require you to find a certain number of people in order to get paid, and you have to do all the building yourself. Well, this is a point-to-point volume all the way from the bottom up, and you get paid on both legs completely. It's not just your weaker leg. Also something that's very common in multi-level marketing. So you can see over the side, it says, imagine if everyone on your team found 2 partners and each of them were looking for more health and wealth. So now this duplicates 7 times and you would have over 128 partners in your 7th level. Let's also assume that every partner on your team acquires only 5 customers each, with an average auto ship of $100 per month. Your average residual income would be over $13,000 per month. And this is not just because of work you're doing. This is work that you're doing with everyone on your team, that they're all doing together. So let's talk a little bit about the ranks. Garnet is the first rank. This is when you have 2 people below you and 1,000 volume cumulative between the team, and you're getting about $74 a month, which I know doesn't sound super exciting, but if I get a check for $74 in the mail, it's fun. So I don't really care. Jade is the next level up, and that is actually a little more exciting because you're getting about $300 per month. And if you do that in the first 31 days of your business, you also get an additional $200 fast start bonus. Pearl is about $660 per month, and you get a $500 bonus if you do that in the first 31 days. Sapphire is the rank that I'm currently at. The average income for that is $1,500 a month. It is also our first car rank. If you hit that in the first 31 days, you get $2,000 down on your car. If you hit it after that, you get $1,000 down. And then you get a $500 monthly car allowance for any luxury car of your choice. And at this car rank, it does have to be white, and it has to be 5 years or newer. Ruby is making about $3,500 a month, Emerald $7,500 a month, and Diamond $1,400 a month. Then there's leadership ranks. So there's some real high income earning potential here. And it really just depends on what you're looking for in life. Some people just want a couple extra $1,000 a month, and that's awesome. Some people are really looking for huge financial freedom. That's my big goal. And so they have some great income potential. Blue Diamonds are making about $35,000 a month. When you hit that rank, you get $25,000 rank bonus and a presidential trip. With this particular company, if you earn a trip, it's completely paid for, including they provide you spending money. Again, something that makes us much more unique than other companies. In the last company I was in, you had to earn your trip and then still pay for it. It was pretty ridiculous. Green Diamond, you get another car allowance of $2,500 per month. Purple Diamond, you get a $100,000 rank bonus, and they're making about $65,000 a month. Red Diamond, you get a $5,000 car allowance. Double Red Diamond, you get a $500,000 rank bonus, and it just keeps going up from there. You don't need to take the car bonus. If you love your car, then you can just pocket the money. You also, after the first level, you don't have to have a white car. It can be any color you want, and it can actually be any vehicle you want. We have someone in South Carolina who wants a boat. So let's talk a little bit about the investment. When you are starting up a company, you do need to invest in the company. When I started my dog daycare facility, it cost us $25,000. I was at a training this weekend, and they were sharing that to start a hot dog stand cost $5,000, which I was like, whoa, holy cow, I would have never thought that. So if you are going to become an entrepreneur, you do need to invest into the company. The beauty of this is it's a very affordable one-time investment that is allowing you the rights to sell these products in over 60 countries. And we are adding new countries all the time. We have Thailand coming on board, and I think South Africa. And this just will continue to happen as the years go by. So there's 3 different options that you can buy. There's the business packs. When you're choosing the business pack, you're choosing between the nutritional business pack or the fluoresce business pack. Same with the builder. When you're doing that, you can still sell the other product, and you can still purchase the other product. But when you get your enrollment kit, it's only going to contain either the nutritional line or the fluoresce skincare line. So the business pack is okay, but you are only getting 200 volume, and you're not getting a lot of samples. And a lot of people are going to say, well, I want to taste what this product's like, or I want to feel the serum on my skin. And that's totally understandable. So you want to be able to hand out that product. So this is more like for people who are going to be like a discount buyer or aren't in any rush to build their business, because we're a company of duplication and we're paid off of our volume. You need to be a little careful, because if you start duplicating that 200 volume over and over, it's going to take you a lot longer to hit certain ranks and pay gates. The $5.99 pack is an awesome pack. You're getting 500 volume. You're getting about $800 worth of product. You're getting a ton of samples. You do choose again between the fluoresce pack or the nutritional pack. But for example, in the nutritional pack, you get your 30-day supply of product. Plus, you get 30 extra packets of Sunrise, 30 handout little packets of Sunset. You're getting 8 ml bottles of nitro that you can hand out, both formulas. We have an extreme and a regular, and then 2 7-day sampler kits, which, to be honest, you should cut open. Some people feel a difference in 7 days, but not all of them. So if you hand someone a 7-day sampler and they don't feel a difference, well, they're not going to want to do it. So most people feel it around day 21, but it can take up to 30 or 60 days to feel the full results. So that's why we suggest cutting them open and having more samples. If it's in the budget, the premium pack's always the way to go. You get both complete lines, you get a ton of samples, you're getting about $1,900 worth of product with that, and 750 volume. When I started, I did the $5.99 pack. To be totally truthful, my husband and I are in debt consolidation, which now I wish I never did because this business is amazing. But it was too late. I signed up before I was introduced to this company. So scratching together $600 was a risk in my opinion. Now looking back, I was like, that's weird for me to even think that way. I've spent way more than $600 on vacation. I also have a couple tattoos. I have competition bikinis that cost way more than $600. But at the moment, it was scary to invest that. Well, I personally did make that investment back in 4 days and then enrolled my husband. And when I had made enough money, I enrolled my husband with the $12.99 pack so that I could have all those samples and the additional volume. And remember, I get the volume and everyone above me does as well. Okay, so when I signed my husband up, he got that volume. He wasn't my next person I signed, so everyone between him and I did, and everyone above us got the 750 volume. As I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, the one thing that really convinced me to give this a risk was the H.E.A.L loyalty bonus program. So this is essentially their retirement plan. It's not called a retirement plan though, because they don't want it to get taxed the way retirement does. Retirements get taxed pretty heavy. So this is like a bonus gift that you're getting. For every 100 volume you earn, you get $1. And at the end of the year, they give you a 10% return on that. So if any of you guys currently have a retirement plan, you know that's pretty unheard of. One, when you have your own retirement plan, you need to be putting money in too, and they never give you a 10% return at the end of the year. So that's super exciting. There's also the amazing charity piece that I mentioned, Caring Hands, which I absolutely love. So because we're owned by Idaho Potato, they developed a potato pack. And the potato pack is dehydrated potatoes with vitamins, minerals, and proteins. And one potato pack feeds a family of 5 in need. Every year they give away about 1 million potato packs. And this year they have a goal of doing 2 million. When people purchase a potato pack, it is a tax write-off and it goes to a family in need, and it does provide you volume, which is exciting. It's also paired with Convoy of Hope. It is tax deductible. Last year, we go overseas a lot, but last year we did 100,000 potato packs for Hurricane Harvey, which is super nice. And they do missions every year, which I'm really excited about. I hope to be able to get on the mission next year. They sell it super quick, so I wasn't able to for this year. And the training and support. So a lot of people get concerned because of the factor they're like, well, I don't really know. I've never done a business like this. I'm not an entrepreneur. I've never done sales. Well, one, we're not salesmen. We just share. That's all I'm doing right now is I'm sharing to you. And if this interests you, then we'll talk more. And if it doesn't, that's okay because we'll share with somebody else. And I feel the same way about the products. I'm offering people a solution to naturally heal themselves. And if they are interested, they want more information. But there are plenty of people out there who are leaning towards natural and holistic medicine. So it is becoming very easy to share this information with people. But the training and support system is incredible. Andrew has a very busy day and he's still logged in today in case a question came up that I was unable to answer. When I first joined, I had been with another network marketing company for 4 years. I had been to multiple national training events and regional ones. And I learned more in 4 days with this company than I did in 4 years with the previous company I was with. There's online training modules. There are regional trainings if you're local to some of the major cities. I'm lucky and I have one in Boston, but they're not everywhere because we're still so small. So small, in fact, that my first one I went to, there was about 65 people there, and the vice president of sales in the United States flew out to train us. So that's enough of a market saturation for him to make that trip. And then we have multiple national training events every year, which are mind-blowing. So again, I came from another company. I was told all the time, you need to go to these events. They're going to make or break your business. And I went to every single one and it did nothing. And I didn't believe them when they said that it would be that beneficial. And let me tell you, it was. It was an incredible experience and I learned so much. So getting to the trainings is huge. So that brings us to the end of the presentation and essentially leaves you in 3 different places. You see the vision, you love it, you're ready to get started, and when we get off the call, we can talk to you guys about how to get set up. maybe you did love what you saw, but you have some concerns. I know I did. Like I said, I was in debt consolidation, so it was a big risk. So I spent some time talking with Andrew and Eric so that I was made sure I was making the right choice for myself and my family. Or maybe you actually loved the customer piece. You want to be a customer because the products really intrigued you, but the business piece you're not quite sure is for you. And that's great as well, because obviously we're looking for customers as well. So let me stop the share. Okay, great. Hey, Chris. Does anyone else have questions now? Everyone's muted. I guess I'll unmute everyone quick. Unmute all.
So how old is the company?
So the company's been around since 2007, but we've only been in the United States for about 2 years.
Okay. And you said that we can sell the products in 60 countries.
Yes, I think it's 64 currently.
Is that including South America? Do you know?
Yes, we can sell in South America. Yep.
Awesome,
In fact, I'm
cool.
developing a team in Guatemala right now, which is challenging because I don't speak Spanish.
Oh man.
But it's exciting, and we actually have an amazing Spanish mentor, David Nieves, who has been super helpful for us. I was like, yeah, so I don't speak Spanish. But yes, it is in South America.
Cool. All right.
Any other questions? All right. I really appreciate you guys taking your time to join us today. This was recorded, so I'll make sure to get it to Jamie, and if anyone wants to rewatch anything, great. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, just send it to me as well.
Oh yeah, definitely, I will. Yep.
Cool.
And if you guys have any questions, make sure just to let whoever invited you know, and we will get those all answered. They'll put you in a chat with a mentor that can appropriately answer them, and we'll take it from there. All right, guys, have a great day.